Do you have a business that you're looking to start? Do you have an idea of a business that you're looking to start, but you just maybe don't have the funding to get started? Maybe you need equipment. Maybe you need to set up the place, to get this business started. There is funding opportunities that are available for you to actually get this business started. And I'm going to break it down and I'm going to show you what's available to you so you can get started. So no holding back, and owning a property can actually do this for you, right? And if you don't own a property, there are other options available as well, right? But stay tuned and I'm going to fill you in. Hey, how's it going? I am here at York University. Take a look over here, right? And right now I'm actually heading to FWIM, which is the Flight Unit World Impact Month, right? And the whole purpose of FWIM is to empower the next generation, all right? To empower the next generation. So as you're even seeing my last video, I talked about, owning versus renting, right? And of course, this information is for the next generation. More than likely, if you are a baby boomer, you own a home, congratulations. And I want you to look back and think, what has that done for you, since you own a home, right? And it's done so much for so many people. And being in a real estate profession and, mortgages, I know some people were just the fact that they own a home, and they are baby boomers entering their 70s and right now are unemployed, that their house is actually paying them an income, right? The house has increased in equity by so much that is paying an income. And what I want to share with you today is how to fund your business from owning a home. All right. So yes, I mentioned you could pay yourself income for owning a home, but you could also fund your business for owning a home, right? So I'm going to go and share with you the details of what that is, because today I have a client and my client is looking for a commercial property, right? So meaning that they're opening a business, right? And for them opening a business, they actually have access to funding that they didn't even realize, right? I'm going to actually break it down to my client as well to show them, how they can make this happen. But I'm here to share this with you so that you can have this insight as well. And if you want more insight, you could contact me, set up a game plan session, right? Where I'm going to sit down with you one-on-one, see what your situation is, and see how we could actually get you to start owning real estate, or if you do own real estate, how you could use your real estate to leverage onto other opportunities. All right, so stay tuned. I'll show you little clips of FWIM, what's going on with FWIM. And then I'm going to be showing you some commercial properties. But, do you have a business that you're looking to start? Do you have an idea of a business that you're looking to start, but you just maybe don't have the funding to get started? Maybe you need equipment. Maybe you need to set up the place, to get this business started. There is funding opportunities that are available for you to actually get this business started. And I'm going to break it down and I'm going to show you what's available to you so you can get started. So no holding back, and owning a property can actually do this for you, right? And if you don't own a property, there are other options available as well, right? But stay tuned and I'm going to fill you in. Okay, so I just left FWIM and it was amazing. The kids learned so much, and that's why I have a real passion with, right? And giving back, to the next generation. Everything that I've learned and everything that anything that I could offer, to get new information out to the next generation, I'm on board. And Christophe is doing amazing things with Flight Unit, and I'm on board. I'm part of the team, because this is something that needs to go get out to the world, and I just want to add my energy to it. So go to fwim.ca, right? fwim.ca, and then you can see more about FWIM, and the company is Flight Unit. Flight is everyone's personal navigation. Everyone has somewhere that they're going towards, and then your unit is who do you have around you? Like, who are the people that you're keeping around yourself to help you navigate to where you're navigating to, right? And we're in all the school boards. If you know any educators,
use the right lane to keep right to merge onto Highway 400 South.
GPS just came on, but if you know any educators, principals, parents,
keep right,
that are looking for their children to get some information of inspiration, information of enlightenment, motivation, and new insight, then get in contact with Flight Unit, and I'm putting the details on here, because the information and the speakers that we have on board, not everyone has access to them, and not everyone will get access to them, right? I learned so much.
In about 3.5 kilometers, continue onto Highway 401 East.
I don't know if the GPS is playing on here, so that's why I'm pausing, right? Because obviously it's going to talk over me. But this is an amazing thing. I just want to put it out there and plug that in there as well. So fwim.ca. All right. So now I'm heading to my clients who's looking for a commercial property, right? And we're going to go look at it with commercial real estate, right? Right now, I definitely recommend it, because we need businesses right now to stimulate the economy, right? We see many people are elbows up, right? So what are we doing to stand up, to really make our own stamp, right? To bring it home in a sense.
Continue onto Highway 401 East.
We need to bring it home for Canada, and going through the election process was great, because and now the open parliament, so now the speakers are there, they have question period, so if you're in tune with that, it's really interesting, because you see how our government actually works, right?
Oral questions. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I would like to welcome the Prime Minister to his first official question period. This is where democracy lives, and this is where we provide rigorous scrutiny on every word he says and every dollar he spends on behalf of Canadians. Now, let's talk about those words and dollars. During the election campaign, it was elbows up as he put retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. Then secretly, he dropped those tariffs to effectively zero. But he didn't stop there. He told Canadians that the government would collect $20 billion in revenue from those tariffs and use it to cost his platform. Now that those tariffs are going to bring in $0, two quick questions. Why wasn't he honest with Canadians during the election? And how's he going to make up the shortfall? Is he going to borrow it, print it, or tax it?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, may I first thank my constituents from Nepean for giving me the honour of being here. And could you also indulge me to say how great it is to see you in the Speaker's chair, and I trust that you're operating under the period of grace that will not be accorded to me, appropriately, as the Leader of the Opposition just said. Mr. Speaker, our tariffs have maximum impact on the United States, minimum impact on Canada, and we are dedicating all the revenues from those tariffs to supporting the workers and businesses affected by the unjustified American actions.
Hear, hear. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Well, he didn't take long to pick up old Liberal habits of not being able to answer questions. But since the election, Canadians have been inundated with grand rhetoric and pretty speeches from this Liberal Party, but they are still suffering under all those policies. Household debt up at record levels, number of people who can't pay their mortgages increasing, food bank use continuing to rise. Now TD Bank is forecasting a recession with hundreds of thousands of lost jobs. The PM said undoing the damage of the last 10 years would require great speed, but he's not going to table a budget for 6 months. If he's the man with the plan and the guy you hire in a crisis, why won't he table a budget before he goes on summer vacation?
The right honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I understand the member of the opposition is very busy, didn't have a chance to study closely the 100-day plan of the former member from Ottawa, Carleton, which did not include a budget. Our plan includes legislating. Our plan includes legislating for one Canadian economy and nation-building projects immediately to grow this economy, and we expect the support from all in this House.
The honourable leader.
We have a prime minister, but it's not like the US where one person calls all the shots. It's actually Canada that calls the shots because there's different, there's people who are in seats and they represent the area and they vote on things to pass legislation, right? So the opposing party can pose more questions to the leading party, to find out why, they're not doing certain things, right? So, get into that. I'm definitely, Parliament's open. So, tune in. I can't wait for Pierre Poilievre to get back in there.
Use the
right?
middle 2 lanes to continue onto Highway 401 East.
So that, you can hold Mark Carney accountable. Mark Carney does look focused. He looks like he wants to do a good job, and, I feel the opposing party, the minority government is great for Canada. And I'm hoping that, we get a lot of breakthroughs, but it starts with business. Business is what stimulates the economy. That's why they want to open up pipelines. That's why they want to, we have economic growth matters because, everyone should be generating money. And that's one thing I have to give it to the US. The US, their economies run on business. That's why trillions and trillions of dollars are going into that country right now, right? And we need the same here to go in Canada, right? We need the same kind of interest, economic growth. So the tax code needs
Use
to get
the right
better.
2 lanes to take the exit to merge onto Highway 401 West.
Right, so the tax laws have to get better, so that we have interest in growing and we keep more of our money. Bottom line, right? And so we could do more things like the flight unit. We could do things. I'm sure you have passion for things to do good in this world, right? So we need to encourage more business, right? And to get a business, a lot of people are thinking that you have to start from scratch, but you don't have to start from scratch, right? You can actually get funding. You can get funding to get your business going, to get your business up and running, right? There's different funding opportunities, and I could put you in contact with those, right? Just make sure that
6 kilometers, take the exit to merge onto Highway 427.
make sure that you connect with me. Let's get a game plan session going on, right? One-on-one. I want to know what your vision, what's your goals, like what do you want to do? How do you want to build, right? Do you have a business idea? Let us help you brainstorm. That's what I want to do. I want to help you brainstorm your ideas and see how the services that are available that I have access to send on to you, see how we can help make that process even exponentially, grow exponentially, right? But yeah, so yeah, we're going through this business viewing for commercial property, right? And for commercial property, there's different types of commercial property, right? If you want, you can open industrial, right? If you have an industrial property, right? So industrial is like the larger spaces. Maybe you want to do cargo or shipping and receiving, right? You have logistics, right? Where you're transferring product from warehouse to next product store line, right? and you need a space. You need a space to do that. Then reach out to me. Let's get a game plan session. I want to know if that's your goal and that's something that you want to do, right? If you have a business idea where you want to be retail, right? Retail, storefront, right? And maybe whether it's a clothing store or a food restaurant, the GTA is known for food, right? So if you want to open a restaurant, it's a great idea. Of course, you need your restaurant to have certain factors for it to grow, or you can even franchise a restaurant, something that's working already, people like, right? We just need to find a location for you, right? Then we could do that, right? So there's many different options, many different, businesses you have, but car dealership. You want a car dealership? We could get that set up for you, right? Even if you want land to build on, right? We could get that done for you to get the land to build on, right? If you have the actual construction plans and everything put together, right? Then we could get you funding, right? To go through the whole project, including the building. You really don't know what access you have unless you open yourself up to it. And that's what I'm offering the game plan session, right? Because I'm noticing a lot of people have an interest in growing business, right? So, there's places available that get you locked and secured in a location, right? And then also, with the goal setting, accountability, there's the map book program, right? So that's something I always have my map with me, in here. My map's here. When you have your map with you, then every day all the actionable items you say you're going to do, all your intentions are with you, right? For what you're going to do for the day, right? Critical 7 each day, right? So you see in here, this is every day 7 things to do each day, right? And you read your map book. Starts with the big picture, the affirmatory declaration. What does your life look like? What's the big picture? How do you want it to look, right? How you can and you're grateful and thank God, right? God's given this to you, so you're grateful. You're going in detail, and it's a declaration that you're making, right? With yourself, with God, be one with God, connect. The Jesus Christ consciousness that is in you, right? It's in all of us. And this is what makes you tap in, right? Because it's actually everything in here you have to write, right? It's not book for, the only thing you're reading is your own writing. What you're reading is your thinking. But how are you thinking, right? Because you are what you think about most of the time. So what are you thinking about? So that's why it's the mind assistance program, right? Because it's what you're doing is you're programming your mind, right? You're doing through subconscious programming in your mind. You're frequently reminding yourself who you are, right? What your intentions are, what your goals are, what your vision looks like, right? And you're doing that as often as possible, right? So in our program, you read it 2 times a day, right? Your map book, you read it 2 times a day. It takes 5 minutes to read your map book, right? Every day you have your critical 7. So I went the affirmatory declaration, that's the big picture. Then we got the year, right? Then from the year we have books read, what books you're gonna read or podcasts you're gonna listen to, right? And then we have the focus 11, for the month, right? And the focus 11 are 11 aspects of life. First
in 2 kilometers, take the exit to merge onto Highway 427.
The focus 11, right? This is the focus 11. Go to May, right? Right now, we're in May. June's coming up, so May. We're in May right now. The check marks, you see the check marks that are there, right? The goal is it's out of 11, focus 11. So out of 11 check marks, right? How much, and these are things that you're gonna do in different parts of your life, right? You're gonna write something down that you're gonna do in each part of your life. So we have mental, spiritual, physical, relationship, financial, yourself, contribution, new business, learn, and discipline, right? That's a focus 11, right? And then you're gonna write a goal that you're gonna do in each of those aspects of your life, right? And then we break it down to the week. Then we go to the day, critical 7 every day. Critical 7, we're working on that to get our check marks for the bigger picture, right? So as you see, one of the focus 11 is business, right? So we're talking about commercial real estate. We're talking about getting the funding for it. Is the funding available to you? Yes, it is. The funding is available to you. And if you have a house, then it is most definitely available to you, right? Especially for the longer you had it, right? So many people are not tapping into their equity, right? And the people who did it, hey, congratulations, because now is the time to do that. Now is the time to do that.
Take the exit to merge onto Highway 427.
The news has announced that we are heading to a recession, but I'm sure many of you have felt it already, right? We're all feeling it, right? So we can't deny it. This is what's going on. So how do you withstand all this news and not be affected by the recession, right? Because that's external factors that are saying that, right? But what is internal? What is in your mind? What is in your mind, right? So right now it's so important that you get in your mind and you create what is in your mind, not what's being put in your mind, what is in your mind, right? So yeah, so we're going to this place, but yeah, I definitely, it's moving with spirit right now. The map book was supposed to come out, right? It's supposed to get out there, map book. So you could just, even with the map book, if you get on a game session, for real estate game session, then if you're interested with the map book, just let me know during our one-on-one session, right? And I also put the link. I'll put the link
in 5.8 kilometers. Keep right onto Queen Elizabeth Way toward Hamilton.
I'll keep the link available for you to get involved with the mind map session, right? But yes, the map book is an amazing tool. It's your assistant. It's your sidekick, right? But yes, so when we go, when I get to the location, I guess I'll be more on this. But it was that time and moment, I guess, as I'm traveling for that to get out there. So be in tune, think of your business idea, right? And let's go and look at some properties. Right. See these commercial properties here. It's definitely a nice, busy location. Seeing these commercial locations. So we're seeing traffic, this looks like definitely a good place. Looks like a moving. Wow, let me go see. Hey, is the owner here? Is the owner here?
No.
No? Okay. You guys are doing the electrical, you're building this out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it going to be another restaurant?
Smash Burger.
Smash Burger. Okay. How's it going, man?
What are you filming?
I'm a realtor in the area.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm always weary of people walking
no,
with
cameras.
cameras.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, I have a showing on the property right across the street there. I have a client that's looking for a business location. That's what I was asking for this place.
Not this one.
Yeah, I know. It's already taken, right? Yeah. Okay. The owners, do they have their contact? Because like we what would they?
We work on contract.
Okay. No problem. All right, no, but it's looking nice. You guys do good work.
Yeah, wait till it's finished.
Okay. That's
We do all the
nice.
Shelby's as well.
Okay. Oh yeah. So, do you guys have a contact? Do you have a contact? Because I'm dealing with businesses all the
Build
time.
angle.
Build angle.
Look up build angle. One word, all one word.
Okay, build angle. Okay. And then you guys do all like rentals for all restaurants. Okay.
Commercial, mostly.
Commercial, exactly.
Pretty much exclusively.
Okay, nice. That's exactly, honestly, like even today, that's what I'm mainly educating my clients about commercial real estate, right? Industrial, this is retail, this is front end retail, right? So that you see all this. Okay, let me get that right there. The name on the back. Build angle. Okay, you guys are doing good work. See the hood fan for a restaurant right here.
I like these.
So you have the pot. So this is you're building a restaurant. These are all things, equipment. This equipment you could actually get funding for.